Now today, I invite Professor Durgesh Panji, DG UCOST, to kindly unveil and present the Dehradun Declaration of this 6th World Congress on Disaster Management. Sir.
Professor P.K. Joshi from JNU, can you please help me with? This is a Dehradun Declaration that has come out of this 4-day deliberations. The preamble says the theme of the 6th WCDM was strengthening climate action and disaster resilience with a special focus on mountain ecosystems and communities. This World Congress reiterates the voices of the Himalaya as found in the Atharva Ved. Mata Bhumi Putroham Prithivya. Earth is my mother and I am her child. For us in India, the earth is sacred. The Himalaya is sacred. Our concern for ecology is our homage, our reverence to our mother, the earth. Recognition. This World Congress recognizes the challenges being posed by the youngest mountain systems in the world, the experiences of the local communities, and the voices dependent on these systems. The Himalaya has been known for frequent hazards and disasters, and the amplification of these by ongoing climate changes, the global crisis. The systems balanced in place and the active participation of the communities provide respite from such risks, hazards, and disasters. This World Congress proposes action items that the Himalayan states need to prioritize and which the entire mountain systems of the world can look towards. And these could as well be extended to other fragile and vulnerable systems. Action item. May I invite Professor Ian Davis, London Oxford Brookes University, and also associated with Amrita University for strengthening disaster resilience. Opera.
Strengthening disaster resilience preparedness. The youth, the future leaders of the mountain states need special preparedness to strengthen disaster resilience. Towards achieving this goal, the school and college curriculum should have components which include disasters, disaster risk reduction, and disaster resilience. The vulnerable sections of society, such as children and women and elderly, they need special attention during disaster response. Now, to address this issue, the World Congress proposes to establish regulations and legislative frameworks. Inclusivity, including participation of differently able communities, has emerged as an important outcome of these deliberations. The need for developing a science of survival focused on this special group in particular and the entire population at large is a significant component of this outcome. And finally, the World Congress calls for special financial instruments through budget allocation or CSR identification towards disaster risk reduction and disaster resilience. And this should be applied to all kindred projects and their implementation. Thank you.
Protecting mountain ecosystem. This World Congress proposes to bring this special emphasis on ecosystem approaches for disaster risk reduction and implementation of nature-based solution, nature climate solution customized in Himalayan region. Identification, recognition, and appreciation of local communities as experts and blending indigenous knowledge system with contemporary technology and prediction tools for better understanding of disasters and solution thereof. Fostering institutional collaboration for data information sharing to understand the intricacies, geological, hydrological, ecological, and social of Himalayan system for infrastructural development and project planning. ensuring component of disaster risks and disaster reduction in Environment Impact Assessment, EIA, during project implementation, customizing and re-emphasizing the concept of continuous monitoring and evaluation of ongoing projects.
Empowering mountain communities. This World Congress proposes community engagement and education about the specific risks they face and to prepare them to respond to disasters. Extensive use of traditional knowledge and local language, culture, for better understanding and participation. The Congress also proposes investment in community-based early warning systems that take into account local knowledge and involve community members in monitoring and responding to early warning signals. The Congress also proposes strengthening and diversifying livelihoods and livelihood systems to reduce dependence on vulnerable sectors and thus ensuring disaster preparedness, response, and recovery. The Congress also proposes facilitating creation of networks and partnerships between communities, self-help groups, government, non-governmental institutions, and other stakeholders to enhance collaboration for disaster-resilient cultures and practices.
It is advocating for policy integration. Advocate emphasis on policies and practices which focus on disaster risk reduction and strengthen timely disaster response. Establish a state-of-the-art Institute of Disaster Management focused on providing tailor-made, customized policies and action inputs for disaster risk resilience in Himalayas. The Institute should be set up on a mission mode with instrumentations suitable for identifying, understanding, and developing required knowledge and database, and information systems for disaster risk preparedness and reduction strategies. And finally, ensuring components of sustainable ecosystems, safe environment, and healthcare in case of emergencies and pandemics in the Himalayas. Thank you.
The last one, the concluding one, Dr. Shireen Sahajam Naomi, Career University, Bangladesh.
Commitment to innovation. Strengthening the Himalaya diligence and knowledge system to contribute to innovative approaches, methods, practices, and framework for a disaster-resilient society. Collaborating and communicating the best practices of disaster risk resilience and response in tough, vulnerable, and fragile terrains. Encouraging startup and investing in entrepreneurship for developing new tools and application for emergencies and disaster risk resilience in the Himalaya. Developing innovative frameworks in the line with Silkayara model of resilience, recovery, and response for the Himalaya states and mountain ecosystem. Thank you.
In witness, wherein the participants and organizers of this 6th WCDM affix their pledge to work tirelessly towards a resilient and sustainable future for the Himalayan communities, thereby contributing to the global endeavor for a safer and more secure world. Thank you so much.